Okay. Hello everybody. This is a different kind of video I'm doing today. I thought I would talk about the hideout spots for Mercy on King's Row. So, as we are coming out of the Defender's spawn and making our way to the point A point, we're on point with this, right? Yeah, okay. So, you got the enemy spawn there, and the choke here, as everyone knows. So, yes, look at the golden weapon, it's so pretty. But, I'll show it off, yeah. See? It's so shiny. Okay, anyway. So, I've been playing Mercy for a very, very long time now. I stopped playing her when I got to level 22. So this is a bit of backstory and behind my Mercy play. And then for the last, I think it was 200 or 300 levels, I was playing a mixture of, it was Mercy, Mei, Widowmaker and Hanzo. And I actually all had equal hours in all of them at one point. And yeah, believe that or not, Hanzo was my main. The horror. But I soon realised, I was like, okay, I can actually play really well as Mercy, so I decided to just play as Mercy all the time. Every day. Not every day. Okay, so we're on point A, and the choke is here. So usually your tanks will maybe set up here, but likely set up here. I mean, maybe sometimes there'll be a DPS here or something, or up there you might have a Widowmaker, or here. So for the question of the day, where should the Mercy be? So I normally, wherever you see my videos, I haven't posted like normal videos. There's also cats in the background, so if you hear the little tinkle of the bell, that's my cats. So normally when I'm playing as Mercy, I will chill out here because I can see my team. They're usually in this little area here, and if there's like a DPS or something, or Widow up there, then I can have a little escape route that way. I'm right next to a health pack. It's a small one, but it can do. And sometimes, if it gets a bit too much, I will go here.
Taking care of you.
And there's a big health pack there that I can go for. So sometimes I'll go here. I'll use this as a little kind of like shield to hide behind and heal my team, that sort of thing. I might start off here with maybe a Widow or Hanzo or something, and damage boost them to see if they can get me picks here or here, that sort of idea. If we got a second healer, which I've been experiencing a lot at the moment, I've just been playing solo healer. Not so much in competitive, but I realised at points I was like, oh, I'm the only healer. Okay then. Well, there you go. So normally, if there's a second healer, then I will kind of go off away from the tanks and help the DPS or defense heroes in damage boosting them and getting some picks that way. But in most cases, I'm the only healer, so I need to stay with the tanks as much as possible, healing them, damage boosting them. If there's the usual conflab of you should damage boost your DPS characters, yes, which is very true, but also say if you've got Reinhardt and there's loads of squidgies here, and I'll just damage boost the Rhine and he'll whack them all and he'll get them basically. But also make sure that he's topped up on health and things like that. So normally I will chill out here. If there's a second healer, I might go up to a higher advantage point. Say when my res is almost ready, I might come around here when there's a fight about to break out. Or go in there, hide in there. it's a bit risky coming in here. I mean, sometimes I have gone in this corner, crouched down like this. It's like no one can see me here, okay? And it has worked a few times, but sometimes there's a flanker who comes around the corner, spots me, and then that's kaput. So I will usually I will come into res from either up the top, the advantage points. I might res from here. There it is, on cue. Or say if I hang back for a little bit, make it a little bit difficult for the enemy to know where I am exactly. So say if they come around here, I'll just like go like this, and oh shit, I need to get through here, get to my team. Guardian Angel, I just crouched, not Guardian Angel, I've got different key bindings. F. And resurrect who is here. But if the point is taken, then oh my god, that I thought that was actually someone standing there for a moment. That looked really creepy. So this bit is a bit iffy. Sometimes people will defend here, but most of the time people will defend here. And there will be flankers. I've had, it was really weird. I think it might have been featured in my Climb to Golden Weapon video, where there's a diva, or it might, I'm not sure, but there was a flanking diva who came up here, and I was like, oh god, what the hell am I gonna do? And everyone else was kind of scattered about, and I was like, okay, I'll fight this diva. But anyway, so you'll get flankers coming from there, sometimes tanks for some reason, but I guess it works. So here is a good spot. I mean, you got to be careful of flankers and things like that. Say if maybe they won't notice you, like they'll be like, oh, there's a tracer here, that yeah, that maybe they won't notice me, maybe they won't. But say if we're defending a little bit further here, I will use this bookshop, there's a health pack here, and damage boost, that sort of thing. We might have a DPS up there, or Hansel Widow up there, and defend like that. Maybe here, I've not tried it. I have tried it a few times, but I've not tried it that much from there, but usually they've pushed too far, so we've had to retreat further back. So it's normally the case of in here, where this little bit, it's not really used that much, but flankers, you got to keep your eye out for them. Sometimes there are really good flankers who come after you, and sometimes they don't do their job, they're just at the front line just doing whatever they're doing. So yeah, so normally if we've got, say, I will come around here most of the time and encounter a flanker or two, or a Junkrat if they're on the enemy team. But here's quite a good spot. I mean, this little bit here, oh, you can't get it. This bit here is quite good, both in once the attackers have moved to here and the Mercy is here, which you can just swoop out. I've crouched again. And here as well is a good little alcove, just like, yeah, okay, I'm safe here. The only thing I need to worry about is there and there, and my team is here anyway. So they push the point. If I can get up here to the higher ground, then I will use that to my advantage, but of course it takes a while to walk up the stairs and things like that. If you're the only healer, try not to do that sort of thing, because you need to be healing your team. So we're stopping them from getting this point here. I will be helping the tanks out, maybe in this area if it's not too dangerous, but I will more likely be over there or in this little room here. It all depends on the situation at hand. Sometimes it will be alright to come in here if they haven't pushed too far forward. It was just itching my eye. From my Mercy video again, so terrible. They get earth shattered here. I back off, just like, okay, I'm a bit out of distance, and I fly in. That was a bit of a, I wasn't sure, but I'm gonna try it anyway, because I really was uncertain about it. I could have hid here, but it was a bit risky in the sense of that they might notice me standing here, sort of thing. So sometimes I'll go up here because it gives some cover, say if there's a Widowmaker over here. And you do get them on attack. I mean, come on. You might get them up there, and once they've pushed far enough, they'll be up there. So, depending on the situation, I might go here. We might have a DPS there. I'll be damage boosting. I'll be flicking around the corner and healing that way, sort of thing. So this area is quite good. The only thing you need to worry about is getting shot from here and here. And of course here as well, which is a bit more of a, it's a maybe kind of thing, but it's probably happened, you never know. So they've pushed it most of the way now. I personally, I like going around here because they're focused on the team fight here. I've got my res, we've got a second healer, so I don't need to worry too much. I will top people up from here.
Let's get you back out there.
Sometimes I will just go right back in spawn, obviously. I might go in here, there's a health pack right there for my convenience, but a lot of the time they know I'm already there, so I'm dead. Sometimes, if the team really hasn't noticed you, you can hide right here and res your team. If it's like it might just be a 3, 2, or maybe even a 5-man res. Sometimes this little bit here is quite good. Obviously flankers might be coming around here to try and get you at the spawn point, that sort of thing, but overall, say if you can, a lot of the time I'll be like hiding here, just like top people up. Sometimes I like standing on there. So yeah, that's my kind of like brief overview of Overwatch, of the different little spots where I like to hide on King's Row, and ones that I've tried but not tried that much. So we're gonna switch over to the attacking side and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back again. So we're all breaking stuff, making the champagne pop. She says, not shooting it. Right. So we're all deciding who we want to play and everything. We come out of whichever exit we come out of. It usually depends. Oh, wow. I landed on top of the phone box. So, we've got the choke right here. I will normally position myself here to begin with. If we're starting to push, then I'll go a little bit this way. Maybe I might go over there because there's a big health back there. But also I can just stop up here, heal myself that way. Say if it's a competitive match, sometimes this happens in quick play. We might go up here. Careful of snipers. Being there and there, because they do have a view of this area here. So we push down here, and I will normally just keep close to the team, but not too close in the sense of I will take damage. Normally I will ask people, please protect me, sort of thing. So we drop down. There's a health pack here. This spot is good for also defense, I forgot to mention, but it's a bit of a kind of like you have to look around the corner and heal or damage boost people. So we've pushed here. We've gotten most of the way to the first point. So I might normally just like be going like this, or over this side, or over this side here, which is quite a good spot. You got a health pack there, but you've got to keep an eye out for the enemy team. So you might be just like crouched here, waiting, or you might be here, just like peeking around the corners, like who's died yet? So yeah, I like taking the higher ground. So take the higher ground. There's a health pack right there for you in case you need it. Oh god, that is very bright. Shiny! So I might be damage boosting from here. I can heal from here as well if they're not too far away. I think it's like this bit here that is a bit too far for me to heal them. There might be some of the enemy team up here. Don't know really. So say if, I don't know, a soldier comes here, I will drop down, come down here, or if they pursue me, if that's an if, say it's a Reaper, and of course close range is the horrible way to die. Sometimes I've experienced this, they will follow me but they don't know where I've gone, or they can't be bothered to chase me, and they'll go straight for the tanks that don't need to worry about the Mercy sort of thing. So I will be kind of safe. So maybe I'll come up here again and heal and damage boost, or I might peek around the corner here just to check on everyone. Obviously I can see what people's health is like through the walls because wall hacks. So yeah, it's normally higher advantage point here, or a little bit further back if you got your res. And of course you can tell your team to die on the point and I'll come over and res you. Sometimes I've experienced that and I'm like, okay, I'm saying I've got my res, go die on the point, and a Genji has just come out of nowhere and he's killed me, and I'm just like, oh my god, kind of thing. So yeah, but it happens to the best of us, you know how it is. Sometimes I've been able to get up here and heal, and it kind of puts you a little bit out of harm's way. So we're moving the payload, we've gotten the first point. So there might be a Hanzo or a Widow, McCree, anyone who is long ranged will be up there most of the time. Sometimes there'll be no one there, which is great because it means we can move the payload forward. But this little bit here is quite good, or just standing in the corner. It's like, okay, if your team dies, you can res them. You might have flankers who'll be able to hear their footsteps from up here. Here's a nice little spot. I've done quite a few reses from inside this room, whether it's been from just here or over there. I've got like, I think it was it's really sad, my second 5-man res. I was standing right here looking at my teammates dying, and I was like, Q. It's sad. It's so sad. Anyway, so here is a nice little spot. Again, you might have flankers, but you've got a health pack. Stay close to your team. The thing that I've experienced, which is good and kind of bad, if someone comes after you, don't retreat further away from your team because they can't protect you. If you go towards and say you're in team chat, if it's during competitive or something, say there's someone coming after me, can you help me please, and go with that. Sometimes I might go from here, I'll be healing here, or go into the pub and go from here. If I can get into the higher ground, then I'll go from here, or go up that, or go up there, which is quite a good spot. So we've pushed the payload this far. This spot from last time I said, this one's quite a good spot. Oh yeah, I never noticed that. It makes a little noise. Yeah, what was I saying? This spot is quite good. Say, yeah, there's a team fight going on, the payload's back here, people die, swoop forward, res, keep the fight going. If you are really a very defensive Mercy and you hang back completely, sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't, depending on if there's more healers or not. I'll try and stay close to the team. this area here doesn't get affected as much as over there. So you'll still have flankers. It's normally an issue. If you can get to the higher ground with like a Genji, Hanzo, anyone who can get up to high advantage points quite easily, I will try and get to those advantage points because it gives it makes it a lot more easier on the entire team, and you'll be able to heal them quicker as well. Well, already quicker.
My
but
healing
you
spell
get
is
my
upon
meaning,
you.
I think. So we've gotten the point. Checkpoint. The checkpoint. Ooh. So Underworld. I have never seen that before. Okay, anyway. So again, like I said with the defend, this bit is quite good. Be careful of snipers. Oh my god. They're horrible. Like literally all those areas there is just like, so I tend to hug this wall a lot of the time because it's a bit safer. I tend to hide here sometimes, but I've experienced very rebellious Widowmakers going up there, or Hanzos scattering me, so I might go up here.
Did someone call for
Obviously, flankers, you just got to keep your eye out for them, or listen out for them as well. I will go up here because I've got a nice view of my team, who I can heal. There's a health pack over there, so I can literally just go wee if I'm quick enough. Genji doesn't chase after me or something like that. So we start pushing it forward. This room I love to stay in. It's got a nice big health pack, and anyway, I remember one time that there was me and my friend. It was just me, as Mercy and Reinhardt. We were just like, okay, let's do this. And then this Reaper has ulted right in front of us, and we're like, okay. So I just started shooting him, and then I killed him. And then there was an ulting McCree right here. I was just like, he's positioned in such a way he's gonna ult, and he ulted. But this area is very good for protecting yourself.
Let's get you back out
kind
there.
of thing. Obviously there might be flankers who've gone all the way around and are waiting for the opportune moment to ult. I might be crouched here, and I've gotten quite a number of reses, but again it doesn't really matter about how many you get, but I've gotten quite a lot. So here is a good little bit. So say if you've got another healer like Lucio or something, they're all having their little fight and stuff like that, and you hear Zarya's ult and Hanzo's ult all come. I check which way the dragon's going. They might be going that way, so they come right in that direction like that. So I'll be like, okay, I'm safe from the ult, and I'm safe from Zarya's ult, or Earth Shatter, or something like that. So I'll move forward. It's like creeping along. No one can hear me. No one's there. Luckily, no one's up there. I might get seen from here. So say, just like sneak in. Ooh, no one can see me. Fly in. Res. It's generally easier to go in these rooms here as Mercy. Obviously, if you can get to higher ground, you can go up there. Generally, say if the Pharah's over there already and you're not glued to her, then it's fairly easy to not be noticed. Say if you're boosting someone from up there like a Widow or something, it's obvious there's a Mercy up there and someone's gonna go up to you and go after you, and your advantage is now gone. So I tend to fly up there, maybe do a little bit of topping up and things like that, and then hold off a little bit if I've got my reds or something like that. So then we come down here, team fight. We've almost got the payload in. I might be crouched here. It's quite good. Sometimes you might get the enemy team coming around. Sometimes I've gone here. They haven't noticed me. Or this one's quite funny. Crouched here. No one notices you. Flying, res. that sort of thing. Maybe the same there, but there's a health pack there as well. This one, it is hilarious. I have done it a number of times where I've kind of like okay, I'm healing
I'm
like a
taking
Reinhardt
care
or
of
something, and then damage boost him while he's swinging, and they've forgotten about me. The team, or the enemy team has forgotten about me. So then I come through, res on, and yeah. So that is pretty much my little insight of how I play Mercy on King's Row. And hiding spots, I guess. I thought I wanted to make a different video this time, so I'll cut it down, that sort of thing. It's already almost half an hour long, Jesus. But yeah, please give this video a like, comment what you thought about this, or whether there's any other hiding places that I completely forgot to mention, that sort of thing. And I will see you in my next video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I just keep promoting. Goodbye.